Hello. I'm good. How are you folks? Been a few weeks. Sup? Howdy. All that. It's Mel. Yeah, this always happens. We always get this little like initial rush of people. Always exciting. And then they realize we're just talking about like Python scripting and stuff. And then it dwindles. Though we should play some more mods and stuff one of these weeks. I feel like it's been a bit since we've done that. But that's up to you all and like suggesting cool mods. Click here to waste 3 minutes and 26 seconds. That sounds good. Let's do that. Oh, that's some compression. Is my internet crappy? I'm always scary when I hear, or always like slightly scared when I hear music. It's like, oh, is this going to be a copyright thing? Well, this is a good little background thing to have. So how's everyone doing? What's new? Sorry I delayed last week because I was hoping to. Let me turn the volume down here. So I've been working on some security stuff in the game, just trying to finally get V2 accounts kind of hooked up to more places. Because for anyone who doesn't know, there's the old like V1 accounts, like device accounts and things like that. And when I set that stuff up, I was not. I was not caring about security so much. I was in the mindset of like, oh, this is a silly game. Who's gonna like try to hack these accounts and steal other people's accounts and things like that? And it turns out a lot of people. So years later, I know better, which is why the V2 account stuff exists. But recently not even recently, people have started to develop attacks to be able to kind of steal someone's V1 identity and things like that, or like sign onto a server pretending to be someone else. And that is all possible because V1 accounts are kind of not secure. So what I've been trying to do is update parts of the game so that everything uses like the V2 accounts for stuff, which is, as far as I know, pretty secure. It's I actually read into how to do proper security and things like that. So I'm pretty confident that people can't like steal your V2 account unless they I don't know. I'm sure anything is possible if they like physically steal your computer or something, obviously. But yeah, I'm just wanting to make it so when you sign on to any random server, there's no chance that someone else, or there's no chance of signing onto a random server and like spoofing somebody else's account, things like that. So I'm still, it's not quite ready to go yet. I've got like, my servers are all updated with what it needs to have, but I need to update the client to support that stuff. So I've made a bunch of plans and I'm midway through them, but not quite done yet. But the cool thing will be, I'm pretty happy with how it's set up. So you'll be able to do some cool stuff like anytime someone joins your server, you will immediately see like their V2 account ID and their tag and whatever other info that I want to send along from the master server, and it should be 100% secure. Also, I can wire it up to things like server queues and stuff, so that those should be impossible to mess with. So there's lots of like improvements that should come out of this little account upgrade thing that I'm working on right now. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to for the last week or two. I also unfortunately had a cousin of mine passed away back where I'm from in Illinois. Oh my gosh, the video ended. So yeah, a cousin of mine passed away, so I had to fly home for the funeral this last weekend. So it was a bit sad. But that was kind of a slowed me down a little bit too. Always these life things get in the way. Is this episode going to end on YouTube? Yes, it should. I am recording here, as you can see with this little dot. I did not forget. So like all episodes where I don't... Oh, thank you. I was a little bit... My cousin who passed away, he was only a few years older than me, so that's like, oh my gosh. I don't feel old. I know I probably seem old to you guys. I'm in my 40s now, which is like, oh my gosh, how old? Um, but yeah, definitely one of those things makes you, little think about mortality and stuff like that. It's like this is the first time I've had someone like a cousin, like somewhat my age, like pass from somewhat, well, sounds like he had a heart attack. So, I guess you could say natural causes, kind of, but still it's like, oh man, take advantage of life. It's short. Burp, burp, burp. So, yeah. So anyway, there's not. Like I said, I was hoping to try to roll the security stuff out this week, but it's not quite ready yet. So, but that's my number one priority. I think is to get that security stuff going, and also the other part I wanted to mention with that is, I do want to allow servers to award chests to people. So that's going to be kind of. I'm working out the details of that. It'll kind of go hand in hand with like the V2, like the secure stuff. So you'll be able to like identify who someone is when they connect to your server, and then there will also be a way where at the end of the round you'll be able to just like hand out chests to whoever won, and that'll be basically up to the server. So that's the part that I got to figure out is, I'm sure someone's going to host a server that just gives a chest to anyone who joins the server. So I got to put some limitations in there on like how many chests can be handed out, or if your server is just like rigged up to hand out bajillions of chests, then each one will probably not have much in it, stuff like that. Got to come up with something fair there. But yeah, as I've been converting the game over to like the whole chest economy, in the past few weeks, one thing I'm realizing is that right now, a lot of people are just playing multiplayer on servers or playing multiplayer with friends, and so they never even get chests. So I'm trying to fix that. So I'm trying to make it so that custom servers will be able to hand out chests. So that'll just hopefully make it more fun for people. You can play multiplayer online, earn some stuff, and unlock some characters without, or with or without, watching ads or paying tokens or whatever. But yeah, just trying to get, still in the process of getting the game fully converted over to the new economy, which will hopefully pay for all the servers that I've been spinning up, and there will be a lot more servers in 1.9 when squads mode comes around, because like everyone at that point should be playing online. So I need lots of servers to host everybody. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's my update. Now let's see what I've been missing here in comments. Mel is asking about Bomb Squad on Steam. Roadmap I will answer before Roadmap Seagull shows up. That tends to happen. But yes, the plan is the Cliff Notes version of, oh gosh, Roadmap Seagull beat me. But yeah, 1.8, which is hopefully not too much longer, will be all about downloadable assets. That's a big thing. 1.9 will be all about squads mode, which is kind of like revamping how multiplayer works, making like competitive online play and stuff like that. And then once those two features are done, then 2.0 comes, and 2.0 will be about launching on iOS and Steam. Those are the two new platforms. 2.0 is just going to be, there's no real features set for 2.0. It's mostly just like a relaunch in a way. Probably will switch over to squads mode being the default, even though all the classic stuff will still be in there. So in a way, it'll be a little bit like almost like launching a new game. That's how I'm sort of thinking about it. But it'll still be the Bomb Squad we know and love. So yeah, Steam will be happening in 2.0. I was thinking about maybe getting like early access or something just to be able to test things out with Steam like before then. So that may or may not happen. There's still a handful of things with the Windows version that need fixing. The biggest, as many of you know, the number one on that list is Unicode fonts. So Unicode font display, so that languages like Arabic or Chinese or Japanese or anything that uses the extended Unicode characters, that will show up correctly. I know it's kind of a pain in the butt. Anyone playing on Windows or Linux right now, you don't see a lot of text because it's just can't display it. So need to get that fixed. Eric, can you beat me 1v1 in BS? Probably not. I spend most of my time coding the game, and so I'm not like practicing the game enough lately. I would say at my peak, I was probably pretty good in single player, but I think I probably never have been good in multiplayer. So that would be fun I hope as I'm working on squads mode that can be a good opportunity to play more multiplayer and get better at that. But yeah, like I said, at some point when I was like putting the campaign together, like I would play single player over and over and over again, and so I think I got pretty good at that. But there's a big difference between playing against the stupid bots and playing against real people. You're all talking about like bomb jump, triple spins, plus power moves. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I mean, it's cool that you've discovered all that stuff, but like, I don't know how to like use those things against real people. I just made that up. That's not a real thing, or maybe it is. Someone can. The C++ power move extravaganza. Bomb Squad CWE session? What is that? I'm old, I don't know things. See, stuff like this. How do you feel about the punch and grab trick? Like, oh, I mean, I've heard about that stuff, but like I'm not able to execute that myself. Which I don't know if that's good or bad. Like in a way, I feel like I'm viewing the game as like a non, or kind of a noob. Not a noob, but like, you know, I think the game, it's important for the game to kind of be playable by beginner types and casual types, but also by pro types. And so you guys definitely give me the pro perspective, but in a way, I'm happy that I don't have the pro perspective. I have a little bit something closer to the noob perspective, because, you know, it probably helps kind of keep the game balanced for both. But anyway. All right, I asked a question. Okay, CWA session. Oh. Why is Bomb Squad not open? What does that mean? Like, what is a Coffee with Eric session? Fasting with Eric? What? See, I'm just going to start like a series of videos on life stuff, like teeth brushing with Eric. Fingernail clipping with Eric. Like what else could there be? Grocery shopping with Eric. That would be a fun one. Open Bomb Squad. Well, so if I open Bomb Squad here on... Oh, look at me. Wait, what? Oh my gosh. What did I do? Why did I go up in rank so much? I must have been testing something. But yeah, so you're mentioning like there's ways to have the game open with under Coffee with Eric session or integrated with Discord. Like, I'm super confused. And sorry for everyone who's asking the same thing five times. I'm trying to get caught up. And like my buffer is full. I'm trying to. Everyone has their tactics for getting my attention. It's like you increase the font size. I feel like that's the big one. At some point, it's just like a giant font. Old lady when soon. That is I would say that is on my to-do list. Yeah, Sock's here, right? Let me see. Oh, there you are, Sock. So Sock did, for anyone who doesn't know, Sock did a wonderful rendition of the old lady character, which has been a stand-in character for a while, just like a placeholder, even though it's all like spaz assets. there were placeholder things for an old lady. And so Sock graciously made an awesome old lady character. And that is, aside from the security stuff, which I want to finish, that is probably number one on my to-do list, is to get that here in the store. Here somewhere. Or actually, this takes us to a whole different topic, which I'm sorry the people that are trying to get my attention, but so I know some people are still missing Bomb Squad Pro. There used to be the extras tab here with Bomb Squad Pro, which basically functioned as like a starter pack. And so essentially the plan is for Pro to come back in a different form. It'll be more like a season bundle. It's not like a battle pass right now. It's because we don't have like levels or, so there's not that sort of thing. But the plan is to have like a season pro pass, which basically gives you a handful of cool stuff for that season. Right now, that it'll probably just give you. There'll probably be the initial pro pass will probably give you like the cool old lady character, which you will all see soon, and maybe some other stuff. So that's kind of the idea, is that to kind of bring back Pro in like a smaller form. It won't be real money. It'll be tokens, which in most cases is real money. But if you're really patient, you can probably earn some tokens through chests. So yeah, that's the plan, is like once per season to have a little Pro Pass thing that maybe has a few new things. And then maybe after that season, they could just rotate into the regular store. Maybe they'd be expensive to start with or something. Gotta figure that part out. But But yeah, I do want to bring back something resembling Pro, just in kind of a modernized way. So stay tuned for that. As soon as we're done with all, or as soon as I'm done with all this security fixes, yeah, I do expect Pro Pass to make a return. Um, oh, this other thing. This is new. I just switched this over literally on the plane last night as I was flying back from Illinois. So instead of just getting tickets when you sign in, you get daily sign-in rewards. Oh my gosh, which I'm realizing the expiration is way too short on. Okay, so I lost my daily sign-in reward. That sucks. Who wrote this damn game? Boo. Anyway, oh man, I want to fix that. I need, what should be the expiration for a daily sign-in reward? Like 12 hours a day? I don't want them to like build up forever, and so then you have like a week's worth of them, but wait, why did it, I'm trying to think, like why, I must have launched this earlier, and, oh no, because yeah. Yeah, that was the joke, sir. I always, whenever I was playing with my friends and like I'd get thrown off a cliff or something, be like, damn, these physics are wonky. Who wrote this? You know, that was always my thing. Who wrote this damn game? Why is there expiration? Oh, expirations. Oh, yeah. So I had to think about that. Like I did want to have expirations in here because, for one thing, if you're playing tournaments, well, just to go back into the whole new economy thing, like a big part of that is that there's, you know, these chest slots, and a big part of that is there's only 4, so that, you know, if you get 4 chests, then you are encouraged to watch an ad or pay some tokens to clear up a slot. And that's a big part of how the game makes money, you know, so it's just kind of like gently prodding people to pay a few tokens here or there or watch an ad here or there, because, you know, got to buy groceries, otherwise you can't have groceries with Eric. But anyway, if there were no expirations, then people playing tournaments could basically just fill up their inbox with tournament wins, and, you know, you could just like slowly burn through them. I mean, maybe that wouldn't be bad, but I wanted to have expirations just to kind of force you to get boxes out of your inbox and into your chest slots. So without expirations, I just worry there'd be people with like 300 chests or 300 tournament prize chests, you know, that they haven't like opened yet. So I wanted to avoid that. Trying to keep people's inboxes like relatively small. So if you wind up in a situation where you're getting like 400 things in your inbox, like let me know, because I don't want it to be that kind of game where it's just like claim 400 items. Like that topic came up, is like some games have a button to like claim everything in your inbox. I kind of don't want to get to that point. I'd rather there never be more than a handful of things like in your inbox that need to be claimed or whatever. If we're requiring like management systems to manage your inbox, I kind of feel like it's gone too far. Just me, but you know, that's my thought. Oh my gosh, fonts are getting so big. Okay, everyone is complaining about the timer on chess, saying it's been increased a lot. It has. I am hoping that is temporary. Like I said, I am basically like going where the numbers take me in terms of trying to gently prod people to pay to open chests early. And I was seeing that with the numbers before, there's kind of probably not enough chests for that to happen. And so right now, when there's not enough chests, I had to crank the numbers up to basically, like I said, encourage people to open them, make it a little more painful not to. I don't like the numbers being this high. I'm hoping to drop them. And so part of that will be giving people more chests. So I think if there's more chests, maybe fewer rewards in chests, then the timer per chest can go down, I think. So part of that's part of the reason why I want to add chests to multiplayer servers and just get more chests going through there. Because yeah, I don't like, right now you have to wait, you know, like a day often, or a half a day or something like that for chests to open. So this is all like very much, thank you for the feedback on this. This is all very much still in flux. I'm just trying to, figure out the numbers to where the chess system doesn't feel oppressive and feels like you can earn stuff without paying money, but also encourages you to, you know, watch an ad or two or, you know, pay some tokens. So this stuff is tricky to balance. I'll figure it out. But yeah, in the meantime, thank you for the feedback. like I said, I'm hoping to get more chests in there, which I'm hoping can mean I can drop the times on chests. So yeah. Will there be a new character? Yes. As I mentioned, Sock's cool. Rose is her name. The old lady character will be coming very soon, and then probably more. Like the one thing I want to, I mentioned replacing the old pro with like a season pro pass. Like the upside of that is I feel like that will kind of force me to add either a new skin or new character or a new map or something like once per season at least. Or if other people want to add stuff and I can incorporate it or whatever. So I think the upside of having a season pro pass will be that it's kind of forces new stuff, and I think that'll be a good thing for the game because I know I tend to just like work on tech stuff and work on back end stuff and improve stuff under the hood for modders hopefully, but I know I need to do more like just adding content. That's very clear. There's Betty. Thank you, Sock. So yeah, Betty will be coming soon. Will you ever add a feature? Oh, for friends of the game. Yes. This is all 1.9 is all about squads mode, and squads mode is going to be all about that stuff. Basically, just making it easier to connect with your friends in the game and then play stuff. So, yeah, we will. There's some awesome awesome characters out there that everyone's making. So we'll have to see. Like as part of. I probably need to like look into legality factors and things like that, but I would love to, incorporate awesome mod characters into future packs or just into the store and stuff like that, and hopefully give something back to you guys. I mean, at the bare minimum, something in game, but I'd love to, make it so I can pay folks, if we use a character in a season pro pack or something like that. Like that would be super cool. Part of the prerequisite for that is that the game actually makes enough money that I can pay people. But I think it'll head there. It's getting there. Just bear with me as I mess with like chest times and things like that. So like I said, they're painfully slow right now. Hopefully they'll get better. Hopefully there'll be more chests and stuff. I'll figure things out, and then yeah, it'd be fun to do stuff like incorporate community stuff in there and pay people when that happens and stuff like that. So. Nice. I love this style of like old lady glasses is always good. Something just screams old lady with that agent skin maybe. That is like I said, once season pro passes are a thing, I do think that would be a fun thing is just to have like limited edition maybe variations of existing skins, just like that could be a fun thing to be able to unlock in what particular season pro pass, and a big part of that is, as I've mentioned, like 1.8 adds asset packs, which means like if anyone makes a new character or a new map or whatever, that doesn't like bloat the size of the game because it doesn't have to be included in the game. It'll just be like magically downloaded for you when if you join a game, if you join a server and there's some weird agent variation in there, it'll just like download that and then you'll see it. So yeah, 1.8 will open up a lot of options for that should hopefully dovetail nicely with season pro packs. Just fun little like, it means if we take a character, make some fun slight variation on it, limited edition thing, and then it won't bloat the size of the game. So that's what I'm excited about for 1.8. Hopefully 1.8, it's really not too much left to do there. It's mostly just I need to punch myself in the face until I stop with this 1.737 update. There's always like this one more thing aspect though. Like the security stuff is important. I do want to avoid something where we got people impersonating other V2 accounts, because that should not be possible. It's only possible in some cases right now because technically when you see something in this list, you're technically seeing a list of V1 accounts. There's just like a V1 account that like represents a V2 account, if that makes sense. It's technical mumbo jumbo, but yeah, hopefully at some point soon, like this will actually be a list of V2 accounts, so you can be 100% sure that if you see a name in this list, that was that actual person. Or yeah, I know other people have said there's exploits like submitting a spoofed name to a tournament just so that that person sees their name in first place and thinks that, oh, I don't have to play again. But it's really not them. So yeah, people are so creative. So yeah, we are in late stage 1.7. There is like asset packs are wired up on the server. They're wired up in a limited way on the game. I just need to finish up that wiring and implement them so that servers can use them. So there's a few little pieces left there. I'm super excited to get that done. I know 1.8 has been so long in coming now at this point. 1.7 was about like it was about 1 year of work on 1.7, but 1.8 has been far more than a year at this point. So sorry. Oh, to get PBID. Yeah. So one thing in the latest version or recent versions is that the submit code button is gone. And so the reason for that is because I was trying to update the Mac App Store version of the app. And at times I kept running into basically rejections for updates because they would say like, oh, it looks like you have this code thing that lets people get things without paying for them. And I was like, no, that's really not what I use that for. It's mostly for just random utility functions. But this kept coming up again and again in reviews. So at some point I'm like, okay, I'm just going to rebrand that stupid thing. So it's still there. It's just now it's called send info. So which is a bit of a misnomer. But like this is basically the old submit code thing. This is just by default, if you don't enter any, if you just enter a message, by default, this is basically the same as a send info. So if I just do like, so normally if I have someone, I'm trying to debug their game, I'll just tell them to do like, go down to send info and enter your name, like foobar. And that will send me a little message with that name saying like this person with this account wants your attention or whatever. So then I can like look up their account online. But this also functions for the old stuff too. So what was the thing to get account ID? Is that it? There we go. So yeah, if you want to get your PBID, that's it. It's just in the send info. So technically you are sending info. You're sending a command to the server. Get account ID. So ta-da! Wait, says Sock in large text. There's some oh wait, did I just give away my oh no, is everyone gonna be impersonating me now? Did I just I feel like everyone probably had my PB account ID, right? Well, that gives me a bigger incentive to get that exploit closed. Okay, if you all see my name popping up in high score lists, I didn't actually just get really good at the game. It's just an exploit. Well, see, I could. Well, you all just saw it. Probably somebody screenshotted it or something. I could like blur that part out in the YouTube video tomorrow, but I think I'm too lazy. I will probably just see what happens. Oh, I have a story for you guys. This reminds me of that. So I was wiring up. So a week or two ago, if you noticed, I was releasing a bunch of, I mentioned like single name account tags because they basically got squatted by somebody when I released V2 accounts. And so like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like a lot of those had been registered as accounts with basically like bogus addresses by somebody. But they weren't getting auto cleaned because currently my auto account deleter never deletes accounts that have email addresses registered because it thinks like, okay, if somebody went to the trouble of registering with an email address, they're probably like a serious player. I shouldn't delete their account. So it hadn't, even though these accounts hadn't been touched they had no progress and they hadn't been touched for like 2 years, it wasn't deleting them. So at some point I made myself a little function to delete accounts, like explicitly. Let's see. Yeah, I can come in here and hopefully this doesn't show any sensitive information. Let's do newest accounts. Okay, this guy made an account 12 seconds ago. So here's my little like admin account fudger thing. So I made a little delete account section. So if I find an account that is clearly like not being used or whatever, I can delete that But when I wired that up, I did the logic wrong, and because I copied this from the delete your own account section as a starting point, but I forgot to change the account ID part. So when I went in to delete like account K, I forgot which account it was, and pressed that button, I deleted my own account. So there was like a 30-second pause where I was just like staring at the screen and like oh my god, I deleted my own admin account. Like I can't even access my own stuff now. So luckily it gave me an excuse. That was a very good reason to like wire up like account archive retrieval stuff. So so now in a slight way, if someone deletes their account for 30 days, I can restore their account because I had to get that stuff working for myself. For a long time, I've had it like it backs up accounts when you delete them. It backs up some of accounts. It doesn't back up the V1 part, which is a different story. But I had no way to restore that stuff. So now since I deleted my own account last week, I have a way to restore that stuff now. So probably nobody noticed, but for a while, like account A-0 no longer existed. So yeah. So I'm trying to. Who has account K now? Is Kamasio or like? If we do account, let's go to public account lookup. Because I believe I was deleting account K. So yeah, instead of deleting account K because account K was being squatted, like I said, I wound up deleting account Efro. Oops. But yeah, it's that reminds me I should put something in there like maybe like the admin account can't be deleted or like it errors if you try to do that, or at least gives you like a confirmation dialogue or something like that. It's funny how quickly you can, or like I said, I was just like staring at the screen for 30 seconds, just like, oh my god, did I just like nuke my entire game? Like I have no admin account anymore. Luckily, I have access to the code for everything, so I basically just hard coded my backup account to be an admin temporarily and was able to get everything working again. But that was still a very much like blood drained from my face kind of moment. Anyway, enough with story time. All right, what else am I missing here? Oh, your birthday was 2 days ago. Oh, happy birthday. You youngster. I'm sure you're... how old are you, actually? You don't have to say. I'm just curious. Like, I'm sure we have the whole spectrum of ranges. I mean, from, teenage folks to... Well, there's probably some even, like, younger than teenagers to, like, 20-somethings. I feel like the stats for the game, it's always, like, late teens, early 20s, kind of college years. I feel like that seems to be where the... I mean, it might not be keeping stats for, like, kids, so maybe that's skewed, but it seems to be, like, where the player base is. 17. Oh, cool. It's funny, like, if I were to guess people's ages on here, like, I'm sure I would be way off for some. So, yeah, 17 is in the range of, kind of what I'd expect. If that's true, you could be, like 53 and, impersonating a 17-year-old. You never know. But, no. Scared of jump scares, always. Remove font name. Oh, you're saying remove like people with extended characters in their names? What do you mean by font names? I assume that's what you mean, right? Like, on that note, yes. Like another side effect of migrating things to show V2 accounts more is that in more cases it will just show your V2 tag, and as you probably know, there are very big restrictions on V2 tags. They can only be letters. There's no extended Unicode characters, no emojis, stuff like that. So at some point, probably soon, related to all this stuff, like league lists and things like that will probably start being like V2 account names only. That's the plan anyway. Or, like when you're playing tournaments here, it'll probably show your V2 tag. Instead of, right now it shows like global characters or just whatever character. Or I think it uses your global profiles and then it falls back to your account name. I think that's what it does. But either way, there's the, oops, inappropriate. But yeah, right now there is the possibility of having just names up here that are just like nothing but emojis or extended characters. And so I do want to get rid of that. I mean, I do, like the bigger fix will be getting the PC and Linux versions so they can display those characters, but that's not here yet. So, and there are exploits and things like that, you know. If you do allow like the full Unicode range, like the Unicode always has like weird spaces and like different ways that you can display things that look basically the same as like normal letters. And so that's part of the reason of having these restrictions on names, is to avoid that. You know, you don't want somebody coming up with some Unicode string that looks exactly like tough opper 2. Tough, oh, I assume this probably was like tough operator 2 or something. Or Wartamer 17, like, you know, you don't want someone spoofing that name by using fancy emoji characters, and so that's the reason for limiting v2 tags to simple letters and numbers. So yes, long story long, at some point we'll be transitioning to just v2 tags everywhere. Which does bring up another point, is like once, you know, the original idea behind like global profiles was just to give people something that was, you know, kind of universal, like so you could make a global profile and you'd know no one else would have that profile. But that's v2 tags kind of have taken over for that. You know, it's only one per account, but it's still like it's a universal way to identify that one account. I mean, I'll probably just leave global profiles around here in like classic mode, but probably for squads mode there might be more limitations. Like you probably just have to play as your tag. I'm thinking. I'll cross that bridge when I get to 1.9, but yeah, just that's kind of the reasons for it, is global profiles. There still is the possibility to kind of spoof someone else's profile visually, and so I don't like that. But yeah, we'll have to see once that comes around. Like if everyone is playing with, you know, just your v2 name, at some point once everything is v2, then we can start to allow like icon customization and more customization of like, instead of this stupid, ugly v2 icon, we can have that be more different options. But probably before we do that, I kind of feel like it would be a good thing to have v2 accounts across the board so that you can assume everyone is who their name says they are. But then, you know, their icons can start to be more customized. I don't know if I would allow just like customizing it with the existing icons here, or if there'll be like a new set of them. Like these might just be like limited to global profiles and like kind of deprecated. We'll have to see. But anyway. Okay, sorry, I'm less rambling, more reading. Discord has a minimum age requirement of 13. Oh, okay, interesting. I never know. I mean, obviously, like most countries have very strict like laws and regulations about things marketed to children. I mean, YouTube does too. If you make a video, you know, it's like, is this marketed primarily to children? And I'm always like, no. It just seems like I mean, I'm not marketing to children explicitly, but it seems like there's a lot of hoops you got to jump through and stuff if you're making a game that's just for kids or doing anything just for kids. Oh my gosh, JRMP is now 16 or 18 years old. What? Oh shoot, man. Time flies. You're 8? What? What exactly can we use coins for? Also, is the inbox supposed to work yet? Yes, it should be working. If you're on the latest version, 1737, build 22299, yeah, coins are basically used for speeding up chest openings or a few other minor things, such as sometimes hosting a private party can cost a few tokens. But the main thing is for speeding up chest openings. So, and like I said, if you're primarily playing multiplayer, which I guess a lot of you probably are, you probably aren't getting chests right now. So you're probably not having any reason for tokens. And you're probably not seeing much in your inbox. But you should start to see stuff in your inbox more. Like the one thing is the sign-in bonus. Like I said, in the latest version, 22299 plus, once a day when you come in, instead of it just giving you like 20 tickets or whatever, you should get like a, let me run my little test here. Test BS sign-in reward. Blink. Wait a minute. Test BS. Oh no. Demos never work when people are watching. Oh no, that's bad. Like my ooh, interesting. I've never seen that happen before where it was like delayed. Ugh. Okay, I need to look into that. But yeah, normally whenever I do something here, it should pop up like instantaneously unless the connection dropped somehow. Anyway, though, yeah. So there should be like daily sign-in rewards. So if instead of getting just like 20 tickets or whatever when you sign in, you should see something like this, like daily sign-in reward, streak 123 days. And you get better chests like as your streak increases. So right now I have it like, it starts with an L1 chest, second day is L2, third is L3, fourth is L4. And then beyond that, it's like a small random chance to get like an L5 or even L6 chest, though that's pretty rare. But normally you'll get an L4. So if you have, I'm trying to think like, is random better? Or I could have it be like after 4 days, like maybe every several days you get like an L5, and after a ton of days you get like an L6. I don't want to start handing out like an L6 every day because I feel like that's too much. Yeah, this is my my testing stuff. So I was just building this whole system so I can make like all sorts of varieties of little inbox messages. No cheeseburger for me. But yeah, you should be seeing, yeah, like at least that once per day. You'll also, if you play tournaments, like tournament prizes will show up as inbox messages. Like, I think I have a test for that. So tests. Oh yeah, test inbox tourney. Yeah. So yeah, if you're playing tournaments on the new versions, you should be able to see your final tournament standings from the inbox thing and then claim your reward. And yeah, you can see like the times are a little high right now. It's like half a day and stuff. So I will, like I said, I'll keep working on that. I kind of need to calibrate it though, like from the bottom up. Like the point is maybe like calibrate it so thinking about like if somebody doesn't watch any ads or doesn't pay any tokens, like what number of chests should they be able to earn per day, and then like calibrate the times based on that. So right now, like, yeah, it's probably you get like what, 6 chests a day, maybe 6 or 8 chests a day if you're not paying anything, which I don't know, maybe that's not bad. You don't see it? Says there's no internet? Where does it say there's no internet? Like on the inbox? There's also, yeah, anyone like who this stuff is not working for, like if you can't see like the, oh no. No internet. Where are you connecting from? And what version do you have? Do you have like the version should be under play button? Like, do you have the build number? There are still like a handful of countries and places like that where there's probably like firewall issues, and you know, I want to get this working everywhere if possible. Oh, you got one on Sign-In Street? Hooray! Like I said, I implemented those on the plane last night or yesterday, flying from Illinois back to California, and I flipped them on just before the plane landed. So people should be getting them now, as long as you're running the latest version of the game. Beta oh, weird. Like what? Do you want to send me a screenshot of what it's talking about with the authorization? Is that like a Google Play thing? You might be able to, if it's giving you weird like beta issues, you might be able to like uninstall and like unsubscribe from the beta and then reinstall. Maybe that'll give you the most latest stable version. Always. Bombscode source code release, we're getting ports everywhere. Well, most of the source code is released. There's just plus is the part, you know, the plus component is not released. I should spend some time and make the game more usable without plus, you know, so you could at least play single player or, you know, connect to public servers maybe. Because yeah, at that point, then I could see people like porting that. But right now, basically if you run the game without the plus, like the closed source part of it, you can you can essentially get empty app mode. So you can get this, which is a little bit less exciting than the full game. But yeah, the full classic app mode right now basically relies on the plus module being there. But like I said, there's no technical requirement that it does, so it would probably be worth spending some time to make it so Bomb Squad without plus is more capable. Oh no, I'm so sorry, people. But yeah, I want a Bomb Squad port on, like, you know, a smart fridge. Should I uninstall beta in mobile? Yeah, maybe. Like, that might be. I mean, most stuff in the game, aside from replays, most stuff in the game is stored in the cloud, like with your account. So I would say, if you're having problems, just uninstall betas. Unsubscribe from the Google Play beta if you want. Which is under downloads here. There's a link to that where you sign up for open testing. Yeah, it'll say like you are a tester, so you can leave the program down here if you want. Though most of the time lately, I've been basically pushing things to the beta channel at the same time I push them to the release channel, because we're not in like an unstable place. For like the early 1.8 builds, I'll probably push them to the test channel first. So it will make a difference if you're subscribed to that or not. But yeah, if you're having problems, I would say just uninstall everything, maybe unsubscribe from the beta channel, and then try reinstalling from the store. You remember that waste time earlier? What? I waste lots. Oh, the video with the little dude running around and like the single enemy. Idea for a mod would be like tag or something, or just like avoid the bots. That's actually a good idea. Like, yeah, thinking about that would be fun. Just like something where, like some little obstacle course. Basically Pac-Man. I just reinvented Pac-Man, but something where, yeah, you just like avoid the bots that are trying to touch you and see how long you can do that. And then we could add Pac-Man power pellets, where, yeah, you touch a thing which turns you invincible for a minute, lets you kill bots. Huh. All right, I want to see like an awesome Pac-Man mod. But yeah, I will work on getting squads mode going so we can actually start distributing mods like on public multiplayer servers and things. That'll be fun. So we need a Pac-Man mod ready for that. But we have to name it not Pac-Man. It has to be, I don't know, something that's like reminiscent of Pac-Man but Bomb Squad-ish. Like the Pac-Man like dude is like a single, like a circle with the mouth, but like the bomb icon. I don't know. There's some reminiscent thing we could do. Spazman, yeah. Anyway, sorry, did I miss? Was that your idea for the mod? I'm curious, Rabbit Boom. Guide an explodey bot to the end. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's an interesting idea. So like an explodey bot would be like trying to get to you, but you have to like get the explodey bot. That's a little, yeah, I mean, it's a little more like elaborate, but that could be a lot of fun. It sounds almost like a puzzle game, but like an action puzzle game. Is that even a genre? Action puzzle? Name all the characters. Well, what would it be? Yeah, this would be a cool character with like the scythe. Though I feel like having the death looking character, having a scythe is an important part, but we can't have him like use the scythe. I guess he could just carry it around, but that like might look silly. Is that Bones? We need but yeah, what would be a fun name for Death? I mean, you could just call him Death, I guess, but that's yeah, good question. What would be a fun? Uh-oh, big fonts. Oh, you saw a video about it 3 weeks ago, I think. Do you have a link to the video now, just to refresh everybody? Like I said, I love when we all play mods. One thing if we do, I would suggest, one thing that's nice with mods is if you can ping me beforehand, I can try to install the mod and make sure it works. Or maybe we just post something here like before a coffee with Eric, just so people can prepare. I feel like I'm terrified of like trying to install a mod and test things like live. I've done it, but it's scary. Show your player profiles. Oh, okay. I'll show my player profiles. This is, I think this is my full set of them. Sorry, I still need to fix this stupid screen. But yeah, this is all the friends I've played with like over the years. I still have a lot of them in here. And a few things like testing testing special characters and player names to make sure they don't break the server and stuff like that. But yeah, they are all set to spaz, unfortunately, because I periodically, like I'll like periodically like reset my inventory just to like test things, which unfortunately wipes out all the all the customized characters in my account since I no longer technically own those skins. Speaking of which, should I just call them skins? When I did it back in the day, they're just called characters. But I feel like every game just calls this concept skins. Like, should I just call these skins? Or does characters work better? Y'all prefer characters or skins? Or something else? Keep them as characters? Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. So that's an interesting idea where like characters and skins are both present but are kind of different. But then like what I would imagine in this, like I do plan to probably revamp the store layout here soon, because for 1.8 it's going to need to be different coded anyway, because it's going to probably fetch these icons and stuff from asset packs, or basically download them live, since all of this will be, right now it's very hard coded. So it'll be like an opportunity to kind of revisit the store. But my thought is, I would be curious, like, would it make sense to just have, if say there's an alternate version of Mel that has, I don't know, a camo hat or something stupid, like some funny colored hat or something. Would that just show up as a separate entry under characters, or would you come under characters and click Mel and there'd be like a separate screen with skins for him? I think I brought this up before. But like, if all those are just like here under the store section for like characters, then would I name this like skins, characters / skins? Like what? It does bring up questions about like how to organize that, because there might be entirely new characters here, but there could be skins for existing characters. Or maybe, yeah, characters would be like the top level list of them, and then Mel, it would just say like 2 skins available. Like maybe that would make the most sense. Okay. So characters would almost be, because yeah, in a way, I wouldn't want to just have like a list of five Mels here in the character tab. To me, that would be like why is Mel here like 5 times? But it could be cool, yeah. Maybe if it just said like Mel, like 2 skins available or something. Or yeah, it could be that too. Like characters are more expensive. And then or not necessarily more expensive, but like you don't see skins until you have the character or something. Is that do other games do it that way? Is it like you get the character and then from then there's different skins for that character? Yeah, I'll have to think about this. Yeah, I would imagine that like skins would be, yeah, exactly. So yeah, you come in and there would just be like, or would it just be like, yeah, you go in here and then select a character and then it's another drop down with the different variations of that character, or the different skin variations? Okay. Okay, sounds good. So yeah, I will. I feel like when all else fails, not that I'm certainly not trying to rip off Fortnite or anything, but I feel like Fortnite is a good set of just kind of common things for modern games, like how they do things. So whenever I have a question, I should just, in often cases, just, what does Fortnite do? So many good mods. Yeah, it would be cool to once we finally get to squads mode, I don't know, to reincarnate some classic mods or something for squads mode if possible, or just to to make it so people could still play them, or have a place where they can be preserved for all eternity, if possible. Um, I do worry, or not worry, but I do wonder at some point once we get to where I'm hoping we get to, whereas that you can just join a server or join squads mode and basically get pretty comprehensive mods through that. I kind of feel like the old style of manually installing files to get a mod working. I kind of feel like that no one's gonna bother doing that anymore. So it'd be cool if we could get some of the old stuff updated, if possible, at that point. So, yeah, totally. Like I said, well, thanks in advance for the Rose character. But yeah, I'd love to get something figured out where it's starting to incorporate, yeah, community stuff more, and maybe the season pro passes and things like that. It'd just be a matter of having some sort of criteria or whatever, or like picking one a month, or like a contest, or something like that. I do want to keep things, as I mentioned before. I want to make Bomb Squad as customizable as I can, but at the same point, I want to make like the stuff that most people see. I want to keep that kind of curated, just to ensure it's consistent and maintain a level of quality and things like that. Consistency and quality, like keep that going. I don't want it to turn into something where you go into a store and you see thousands of obviously kind of half-hearted or Billy's first character attempt. And there's nothing against that. Like, everyone, when you start out, you make some kind of crappy little character, like learning how to do things, and not everyone's an artist, and some people are just having fun, but I kind of feel like that stuff should be a little limited to where like you can play it with your friends and stuff like that, or give them a code and they can download your character or whatever. But it shouldn't be, not all of that should be showing up in like public servers, I feel. So yeah, it'll come down to like how to balance that. And then I'd love to pull in community stuff, and like I said, I'd love to get it to a point where I can give something back for people who contribute, stuff like that. Hopefully in real life, if nothing else in game, we'll see. Is that the mod you were talking about above? So, and to any modders, like, I'm totally open to trying mods. I would say just ping me offline. Point me at that video again if you didn't post it here. Maybe I just missed it. And then I'd say, like, let's try it in the next Coffee with Eric. Like, I love slotting in mods and playtime and stuff. Oh yeah, this looks familiar. So is this one, question, is this a single player, or is it designed, well, or is, I guess co-op probably, right? It looks kind of like, so probably multiplayer co-op. Cool. Yeah, I'd say let's try it. Let's, like, really ping me offline or make noise in the developer channel. And let's get it going next week. So let's give everyone a heads up to where to download it, and we can get it installed, and or not next week, but next Coffee with Eric. Let's definitely do it. Sound good? Yeah, I love seeing all the crazy stuff people come up with. It's great for, yeah. I mean, hopefully it's great for you too, just having some feedback or seeing some real people try your stuff for the first time. I feel like that's always an important part of testing, and I feel like I probably don't do that enough, is just, when you make something, just hand it to somebody and see what they do. Like, see where they get stuck, like, see what makes sense to them, without guiding them through it, And yeah, having friends try it, that's good, I guess, too. But the bad thing is, like, once you kind of do that once they've tried it, the next time they try it, they're not seeing it with fresh eyes anymore, So it's a little bit like, it's a rare thing to see someone's first impression of something. There's all those phrases, like, there's never a second time to make a first impression, or whatever. Cool. Mod used to translate Spanish to English doesn't work anymore because it needs API. Oh. Well, the 1737 updated the API version. I guess, are we at 9 now? I always forget, but it's, oh, you had a mod or you like maintained a mod? It's really easy to update mods to API 9 that we're using 8. If the mod was not UI related, it shouldn't take any changes. Just, look for that 8 and change it to a 9. And I've mentioned before that hopefully we won't be moving off of API 9 for a while, if ever. Because the whole point with all the stuff I've done during 1.7, things, like feature sets and stuff, is that we can add new things to the game without changing old things. So like classic mode hopefully will be kind of frozen in time at some point, and people can just keep it around in its current state, hopefully indefinitely. What was announced today? Nothing epic. Basically, I'm saying I'm working on security right now. Not quite done with it yet, but making it so that servers will be able to identify all players immediately based on their V2 account, and it should not be spoofable or anything like the existing stuff is. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. I will roll that out as soon as possible, and also allowing servers to give chest awards. So. And that, we'll probably have to talk more about the chest awards thing. Like I said, I need to limit it in some ways so that servers can't abuse it. But I would also like to maybe come up with something where, maybe like a whitelist system where if there's a server that has a good reputation, or someone I know on here, like we can flag you so that you can give out bigger chest rewards. Like once every so often you can give out like an L6 chest to people or something. Like that would be cool. You could have, like tournaments or, some sort of whatever the server wants to do where, it gives out a big reward every now and then. I think that could be fun. Oh no, I'm not trying to leave anyone on read. So if I'm not responding to you, I'm sorry. I'm trying to honestly respond to everything equally. Oh. The only no, see, I have to wait. That could be a skin like Mouth Mel. Be like a super exclusive or expensive skin or something like that. For those of you who miss Mel's mouth, like maybe we can bring Mouth Mel. It'll be like not noticeable at all, just like the mouth. Be like, why is there this like? Why is everyone going crazy over this exclusive skin? Like, what is Mouth Mel? It is a polarizing topic, Mouth Mel. As I mentioned, the reason was like no one else had a mouth, so it was just like I was going for consistency. See, I just kind of, Kronk has no mouth. Look at him. Look how angry he is. No mouth. But yeah, people liked Mel's mouth. Some people did. Some people didn't. Can you join a random server? Yeah, do you for like any random server? You want me to join it? Like, what's going on? Yeah, anything. Okay. I'm curious, is there something going on? Does it need to have people in it? The US West ones are empty at the moment. All right. It's a bait. What's going on? Is something going to happen? So yeah, E328. Like no, I love and appreciate your artwork and everything you show. That's super cool, and that's super cool. I apologize if I was not responding to a particular thing, or if something slips by, it's simply because there's. Oh no. Mel has joined the server. But yeah, like I said, I try and respond to everything. It's more just like if I go off on a random little topic, sometimes I miss a few pages of things or whatever. I hate everything. Don't hate everything. Oh my god, he zoomed me in. Yes, I did, Kevin. I zoomed you in. Let's do it again. All right, let's go full screen, Kevin. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to wrangle this. All right, there we go. All right, like 10 seconds of this stream are just nothing but Kevin now. Oh yeah, the chess timer issue. You did mention that, yeah, it did got brought up that chess timers are way long right now. And I apologize. Well, I don't know if I apologize. I'm trying, like, I'm A/B testing the heck out of everything. And, you know, basically I'm kind of, it sounds bad, but I'm kind of going where the A/B tests take me. Like if having really long chess timers right now causes more people to pay tickets, it's like, I don't want to make the game like annoyingly long, but, or I don't want to make anything annoyingly long or not fun. But it's also like, if it shows that pays for the servers better, then it's like, I probably will veer towards that. But what I am trying to do is I'm adding more chests. As I mentioned, servers will be able to hand out chests. And I think with more chests in the ecosystem, I should be able to drop the per chest wait times and have the game still make tokens that way. So yeah, it's tricky with this like free-to-play type games. I do feel like by having the gold pass in there, I do feel like it's not too sleazy to just go where the numbers tell me. Because if they become too nasty, there is always the option to do the gold pass and then you don't have to deal with it. But yeah, basically, like I said, I'm going where the numbers tell me to go in terms of like what gets people to pay some tokens or watch some ads or whatever here and there to make enough money to pay for the servers, you know, stuff like that. So I don't want anything to feel abusive or nasty free-to-play-ish. But yeah, still in the process of calibrating everything. So things will probably change a lot. It could be within the next week or two. Maybe there's a lot more chests and each one contains fewer things, or you know, there could be a small number of chests with high wait times. That's kind of what there are now. So we'll have to see. Would you guys in general prefer having more chests with shorter wait times but less in each chest? Does that make sense? Like, and yeah, I guess if that's a choice, like would folks rather have like fewer chests with like longer waits and, you know, cost more to open, but there's like more per chest, or is like a lot of smaller chests better? Does that make sense? Anyone have a preference on that? Quality over quantity? Okay. Cool. In your opinion, is the normal mode better or the slow mode? I kind of like both. This seems like an opinionating thing, but to me it kind of, like, one thing, originally slow mode or epic mode, whatever you want to call it, it kind of originated because it was sort of just funny and multiplayer, like playing with friends. Like you know, like an epic elimination, it was just like people would be cheering for the last two people left, you know? So it was kind of, I liked that dynamic. But in like single player or you know, co-op or other things, I feel like one sort of interesting thing is I feel like it changes the game up. It almost feels like a different game, you know? It's a little bit more like thinking involved as opposed to twitchy action. So I don't know. To me, that's kind of an interesting opportunity to experiment with different play styles. Like the one we did a few coffees ago, which I hadn't done before. It was like epic happy thoughts. And so that was interesting because flying around is always like chaotic and really hard, and most people are terrible at it and just do, you know, a lot of people don't like that mode. But in epic mode, I feel like it was more just, it felt like you're steering a big ship or something, you know? It was kind of like, to me, it was a different feeling altogether. So I kind of feel like epic mode, it's kind of an accident to stumble on it, but it kind of does open up maybe different gameplay feelings. This is interesting. Just have the game going and just watch random people join. Oh, lost 50 plus chests due to the timer. That's not good. Are you? Could you elaborate on that? Are you doing like tournaments? Like how? Where did those 50 chests come from? Like what type of chests were those? I don't want people to feel like it's broken and they're just like losing everything and they can't deal with it or whatever. Playing tournaments? Okay. Are you? Yeah. Again, it's like I got to strike a balance because there does need to be pressure for people to watch ads or throw some tokens around or whatever. But yeah, that's a bummer. Are you able to like watch ads? Is that something you ever do, or does like, anyone who watches ads, does it feel like the ads like decrease the time enough? Does it feel worthwhile for like chests to watch ads for chests? That's another question. I can try to calibrate that. I want to balance it so it doesn't feel like everyone watches ads and no one pays tokens, but I also don't want it to feel like nobody watches ads because it doesn't make enough of a difference, you know? So this is an interesting question. So, whoops. Can people use hacks in game or scripts? So you can, I mean, because when the game is running on your device, like when you're playing single player, you can hack that all to heck. The game tries to do things like it tries to detect if you've done that, so that when you play like tournaments where you submit scores, it ignores your score in that case because that's not fair. But it still is, you know, the game can't prevent you from modding the Python scripts that are like on your device. And that's fine. It's, you know, people can experiment. But going forward, a big part of squads mode is going to be that competitive games like that, like tournaments or multiplayer tournaments, those will all be on servers that I control so that it won't be possible to hack that, or it shouldn't be. You know, you can't change the Python code on a server unless you're like a really good hacker. I mean, hopefully you can't at all. Oh no, put me down. This is terrible. So yeah, so going forward, competitive stuff should not be possible to hack, but there's no way that I can stop you from like hacking your own co-op games and things like that, and I wouldn't want to. I mean, I feel like that's half the fun of the game is, maybe not half, but like that's a big part of the game is being able to just like mess with stuff, you know, open up the Python code and add like a 10x to your punch damage and just see what happens, you know. I have 69 tokens, can't do anything except unlocking chests. That is what, that is basically what tokens are for. Like tokens are essentially just to like speed up waits, which is mostly just chests. I guess I should ask that question. Is that not, should I make that more clear? Like, you know, put a, like there's a little thing that tells what tokens are for. It says like, this is to, you know, little things like chests and stuff, but does it seem, I don't know, is that unintuitive? Or do people feel like, what do I use these for? Like, why are these here? Just for I mean, they should, there will be, like, that will be the one other use of tokens. Probably the one other big use of tokens will be the Season Pro Pass when that comes out. I will probably, to be honest, I will probably A/B test that to see, like, what token price works best. You know, so that the Pro Pass could be really cheap or it could not be cheap, depending on what is like the happy medium that people wind up paying. But yeah, that'll be basically the two things tokens are used for is speeding up chest unlock waits and Pro Pass probably. So don't expect like a ton of stuff in game to use tokens, because it is a very specific thing. It's like anyone who unlocks a gold pass basically gets infinite tokens. So, you know, I got to be a little careful about like what tokens are used for. You know, because a good chunk of players will have infinite of them. Notice game. Oh no, Kanya. It's so beautiful. Oh wow. Oh, it's me. Yes, I have become self-aware. Are you, I'm curious, if I may ask, is that because of the PB ID I posted earlier, or is that just sending, you know, like somehow just like spoofing that name to the server? Or, you know, or do you know, is this just like some shady mod that's out there? Kind of related to PB ID. Okay, cool. All right, well, see, this is a live demonstration of why I'm working on the security stuff that I'm working on right now. But yeah, the one other side effect is, you know, in order to have like secure V2 account detection, it will be like probably the latest version of the server. So that hopefully that'll maybe incentivize, it'd be kind of a reason to incentivize everyone to upgrade to the latest server versions. Hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. You ready to play yet? Should we just hop on a random, or does someone want to host something in particular, or should we just hop on a random, or does someone have a, just want to host a private party? Like, how about we play, well, we usually run about 2 hours, so how about we play starting at like 10:30 my time, so that would be in 8 minutes. That work for everyone? So that gives us a half an hour? I mean, we can still, I can still chat while we're playing. I'm just less good at chatting. Whoa. It's like creepy Sonic. What the heck is that? You're making a coffee. Oh no, have I spread my bad habits to you? I mean, I don't know if coffee's a bad habit. I think black coffee is not supposed to be terrible for you. Yeah, it seems like there's more tea people here than coffee. I support that. I used to, I'm trying to remember, like when I started drinking coffee, I used to like never be a coffee person, and then sometime in my early 20s, I think, at work, back in my Pixar days, I think like they had free coffee there, so it's just like, oh, coffee, let's do this. 3/4. I feel like I have, probably everyone says this, but I feel like my body is not immune to caffeine, but it takes a lot to give me like a caffeine buzz these days. Spreads caffeine by... Yes, that's why I'm drinking my coffee and then it's dispersing into the world with my words. Okay, so in 6 minutes, we can hop on a server. And then everyone can be massively disappointed when they see me actually playing and just like getting my butt whooped. But yeah, that is... So is that like widespread now, like the PB exploit, where people can reverse engineer your account ID? What mod was I viewing? Oh, in the YouTube video? It should be up in chat here. Where was it? Oh shoot! Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. Ooh. Which animation software is this? Very cool. Where did it go? Wah. Looking for that link. I've lost it. It's here somewhere, I swear. Oh yeah, Gummies Overhaul 2.1. There it is. Is that what you're talking about? Live reaction. What? Ah. Younger non-facial hair me. What even is this picture? I don't know what the live reaction part is. That was an old picture of me in St. Louis. If you're familiar with the St. Louis Arch, that was the St. Louis Arch. I don't know how many people are. It's in St. Louis. Let me show you. St. Louis Arch. It's that thing. You've maybe seen that thing. It's right in the middle of the U.S. That's part of it. Cool. Nice. I like it, like nice minimal explosion, still like reads very well. Good drawing. It's funny when I went to art school, which may seem weird since I spent all my time coding, but I did go to art school, and it was funny learning in art school. I remember coming in there thinking like, oh, what makes a good artist? It's like, oh, someone who can draw super realistically, or spend like hours making something that looks like a photograph, which is still very impressive. But it's funny, throughout art school you kind of learn that it's actually kind of almost more impressive just being able to draw something effectively with like a few lines, like communicate an idea with like less rather than more. So I don't know. That reminded me of that, because yeah, this is like, it's not a super detailed, like long-looking drawing, but it's still very. I feel like it does a good job of like, cool. That's a big flashy explosion. Oh, that's a good quote. Not a mirror to reflect the world, but a hammer with which to shape it. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the server list. One other thing, on a side note, as part of this, as part of the security and the server kind of updates that I plan on doing, I do plan on making a new server list. So maybe I'll just hop out of here for a second while I talk about this. We're getting close. So instead of a single giant worldwide list of bajillions of servers, most of which aren't relevant to you, I feel like this list has probably gotten longer. There will probably be like another tab here, which will be like join a public party new, and this will be like old. It'll stick around for a while. But the new one, I plan to have certain thing, like it'll be based on location more, so it'll only show, by default, it'll probably only show servers that are determined to be, within a reasonable amount of you, or a reasonable distance of you. Or there'll probably be like a region selector, like show me the servers in North America, or show me the servers in Europe, or whatever. And it'll just default to like showing you wherever you are. So that's my hope, is that by not having like this ridiculously long list, it can not have that problem with jumping around as much. And also it should refresh faster, since it is getting inefficient. Basically I have to send this gigantic server list to anybody who goes to this tab. So it's a little wasteful. It also doesn't scale. Like if the game blew up tomorrow and like, it 2 or 10x as many people were playing, like this list would get 2 or 10x times bigger, and that's not going to make anyone happy. So that's my hope is, or my plan is to have like a kind of a V2 public party list. That will, right now, both of them will coexist. You'll be able to use the old list, but the new list will also run on the V2 servers. So it should just be a better list overall. And then at some point, this list will go away. So anyway, yeah, another random fact. While I'm doing that, like, I have other plans too for if you want your server to show up in the public party list. There will probably be some like basic requirements, like you have to associate it with your like V2 account ID or something like that, or have some like, I want to have some way where we can kind of like register servers in a way to where that would allow for certain things, like if we want like reports or ratings or just like reputations that can like go along with servers, that we can do that, so it's less like, right now it's kind of a free-for-all. Like each of these servers, a lot of people have their own names they put on those servers and stuff like that, but there's no requirements around that. Other people can use that same name, and no one's gonna know. So this way, it'll be like, if you have a server here, it'll show, if you click on the server, there'll probably be like info next to it, and it'll show like at least your account name, or some identifiers, so they can see like, oh, okay, this server is being run by such and such. So I want the new server list to just have some improvements, just security improvements, efficiency improvements, stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. I'm not sure when that'll show up. That'll probably be soon though. That kind of goes along with like the security updates, like I said. It's definitely the time I need to deal with the security stuff, since it is getting to the point where people can very, as we just saw, very easily kind of spoof V1 IDs and stuff like that. What's her husband's name? I feel like you got to ask Sock. Sock is kind of taking the lead on Betty, so that's his baby. I basically just like gave him my blessing for making an filling in the old lady character slot. So, and I gave him some feedback and whatnot. But yeah, that's all Sock. So Sock, can you answer this question? What is Betty's husband's or Rose? Wait, is it Betty or Rose? It was Rose originally. Now it's Betty, right? I'm backwards. Yeah, it's Betty. Sorry, I was saying Rose earlier. It started as Rose, right? Oh, join the server back. Teams at US West 2. Sure. He coined. Coining is like joining with a K. Oh, is there some other like horrific exploit I'm about to witness? Oh no, what is that? What was that? Was that just a chat message? What? What? Oh my gosh. Was it like just a ton of spaces? Was that like a Unicode character that is like super wide or? Yeah, I'm curious. Like what just happened and what should we do about it? Or should we do anything about it? What do you guys think? You guys are so good with it. I mean, I wouldn't call that an exploit. I'd call it a... error something, Steam something. I saw something. What was that? Okay, yeah, we're running a little behind. As soon as... is there anything else to tell about that weird exploit? Was that... And then we can jump in a real game. Aw, thank you, Captain AJ. Glad you've enjoyed it. 7 years, nice. And you didn't phrase it in the common way people, or not common way, but people are always like, oh, I loved your game when I was a kid. Like, way to make me feel old. So thank you. Okay, oh, there it is again, there it is, okay. Oh, open chat, okay. Interesting. Okay. So there's limitations in C++, which that's a dumb place. It's dumb to have limitations on the client side because then someone can modify their client, as we've seen. But yeah, is it just sending? I guess it's just like a long empty message and then like a million new lines. Okay, interesting. If I mean that's something. If any of you guys want to like, I can add that to my to-do list of like things to fix. If any of you want to fix that, like that would probably be fixable. I mean the ideal way to fix it would just be like have some sort of filter on. Probably on the C++ side, right before it displays a chat message, just make sure it's not like insanely long or something. Basically, like whatever limitation is happening normally on the client, on the sender side, we should probably do that same limit on the server side, you know what I mean? Probably, ideally, could even like share that code to where when the client like filters the message, we could just make a function to like filter it in that way, and then the server could run that filter when it gets a message. And if it would either filter the message or like if the message doesn't, it's like violating the filter rules, just like ignore the message. So anyway, though, yeah, it's fascinating, and thank you for the heads up. Was 14, now 21. Oh, cool. Well, thank you for sticking with the game. Yeah, that's a pretty big, I want to say age difference. I mean, it's 7 years is a lot, but like I was gonna say, yeah, between 14 and 21, it's different. Definitely different like period of your life too. So that's cool. So thank you. You too, Sock. You guys are going from early teen years to 20s. Well, I started in my 20s. I started writing the thing when I was what, 21, I think. So yeah, we kind of overlap in that way. And then I just, been playing with it ever since. All right, well, why don't we hop in? Does someone want to host a private game? Or someone have a server we should join? Like, what is the easiest? I'm open to anything. Is there somewhere like someone in Europe or somewhere around there? That seems to be kind of central because we have some folks in like India or whatever. Not too many in the U.S. Maybe some in South America, but it always feels like someone in Europe is kind of in the middle of the mess. Okay, C15NJ, we doing that? All right. Oh no, can't join in 8 seconds. Let me see if my controller still got some batteries. All right. I need to unlock some more characters again. That's also a side effect. Like I said, I'm always testing things like clearing my inventory and then buying stuff again, but it means I always wind up joining as Spaz because at some point I cleared out my inventory. Ah! Oh yeah, let me... Okay, so yeah, 140. That's playable. Get up! The only way Ephro can win is if that fake Ephro comes in and kicks everyone's butt. But I did. There were a few weeks ago where I got close in a few rounds of something. I was very proud, but yeah. How did I move my... Oh. I just did. I repositioned my head to the right side so then I can just have the game fill more of the screen. Oh my gosh, came in... What? I'm in second place? See, hopefully next time we play, yeah, whoever wins will get some cool chest goodies. Also, like, what I was also going to do is have it, this is something I wanted to fix for a long time, is have it so servers can give achievements to players. Hopefully that won't be horrifically abused, but like I said, since so many players just play things, you know, or basically just playing on servers or whatever, they wind up like not getting achievements also, which you have to play single player for. So it'd be cool if you could get some achievements for playing multiplayer. So I'd like to maybe fix that if possible. But of course the downside is, of course, we're going to have some servers that just, if you join them, they give you all the achievements. So I'd have to think about that a little bit. Like maybe somehow try to prevent that. That's why I was wanting to have, you know, like some sort of, the new server list, I was wanting to have some sort of like persistent thing for servers where if someone reports a server that is doing shady stuff, we could either block that server or just prevent them from giving achievements or, you know, whatever they're doing. Oops. But yeah, I was saying, like, I kind of like epic mode on this. This is fun. I feel like it feels like a different game in a way. I don't know. What do you guys feel? Are you guys all opinionated about epic mode? Do some of you like refuse to play epic mode games? Oh god. That is one thing too, is to consider with epic mode. Probably Chosen One should maybe be up, or maybe it needs to be updated for epic mode, because since everything counts slower and stuff like that, you know, sometimes it's best for times to be less. Whoa, crap. The good thing with epic mode is enough time for a little coffee sip every time I die. What if I win? What do I get? Self-respect. No, I'd be so proud if I actually won something. But like I said, I'm not practicing multiplayer enough for that to happen. I feel like lag is a minor aspect of it too, but even if I had like 0 lag, I don't think I'd be winning. Yeah. The montage scene of like training me. Whoops. Plus, if I'm trying to like play and talk at the same time, I feel like I lose all sense of strategy and I just start to like throw bombs in random directions. Yeah, it does. Yeah, like you come in as like a ballistic missile, just take someone out. If you time your bomb right or whatever. But yeah, in epic mode, it is tricky to like avoid the top. It's like in the regular game, it's kind of hard to press the button fast enough to fly. But in this one, it's definitely easy to just like launch yourself into the stratosphere. It'd be interesting to, I know I like tuned the physics on this way back in the day, but it would be interesting to tune them differently to where, you know, pressing jump makes you go more like where your head is facing. Right now it's like a little bit that, but it's largely like up. But maybe it's tuned right, I don't know. It's some sort of like blend between like the direction you're facing and up though. Oh no! Another fun game would be like some sort of combination of this with just, if all power-ups were like the skull power-up, or, you know, just something where it's just like suicide missiles. Or maybe like everyone is like has the skull power-up except like the Chosen One or something like that. So you're just like dodging like crazy flying exploding dudes. Oh, nice punch. Good job, Mel. Ah, connection failed. That's a bummer. Speaking of connections, so I'm curious, do any of you run into, like, do the toolbars and stuff always work for you? Or is anyone running into cases where, like, you can't even, like, get the toolbars to update in the game or something? I'm hoping it works decently well from everywhere in the world, but, you know, there's always the weird random countries with, you know, firewalls and stuff, so I'm trying to account for that. Okay. Because like the big thing I ran into before was from certain countries, like no one could connect because it required a SSH, or, you know, a secure socket connection. But it turns out in Some countries, they block all those. So now it tries that, but if that doesn't work after 20 seconds or so, it'll fall back to a insecure one. There's also that option in advanced settings where you can turn off secure connections. So I'm hoping with that stuff that at least you can connect from most places. Like Iran in particular, it seems to be that stuff is blocked there. So unfortunately, players there have, a slightly less secure situation, but hopefully better than nothing, I guess. Dang, I keep getting punched in half. You live in Nevada? No, I live in California, so not far from Nevada, but... Why do you ask about Nevada? Curious. I will be in Nevada in a few weeks. We're going to do a little trip with some friends for a weekend over to Lake Tahoe. Oh, okay. I think we're the same time. I think the same time zone as Nevada. So it's, 10:48 a.m. here. I think that's like... I assume Nevada's the same. Let's finish this one. Oh yeah, that's fun too if you get a sticky. Just like fire yourself into someone. Sticky, it should be possible, right? Ah, farewell. I go on to a better place. Oh, a little too high. Oh, good recovery. Sort of. Oh. I had hoped that to end better than it did. Yay! Sort of. Oh, that was cool looking. Look at you guys like throwing bombs and then catching them again to rethrow them. So ultra pro. Oh, good job, Ranka. Bomber plane. That was just happy thoughts only. Who needs anything else? Oh, there's always that 10-second period where it's like, why is everything so fast? I always have to like stop and think, like, is this like fast forward mode? Like, what's even going on? But yeah, it's funny here in Happy Thoughts mode, it kind of like, it almost feels natural in slow-mo. It feels like, okay, I can control this. And now it feels just like I'm playing a game in like fast forward, you know? Random question, not that you guys can answer questions easily, but do any of you use like the host a public party tab, or does everyone basically exclusively join dedicated servers? Oh no, are you? Oh, showing me more hacky stuff. I trust you. I'm sure that is there. But yeah, oh man, yes, I definitely need to. It's definitely going to be a security week or two. That's like I was mentioning, it feels like I don't know, in like Titanic or something, just like everyone fleeing the ship as it's sinking. That to me, that feels like what V1 accounts are right now. Use public tabs, but like when you're hosting account, like that was my question. Like, I understand joining, but do you guys like host games from there, or do you just like use dedicated servers? Okay, because that was kind of my. There's some questions there going forward. Like if we have like the new public server list, I was going to be more strict and require things there to have like be registered in some way, like I said, so that we can like track servers, or you can rate servers, or if we block a server, that stuff like that is possible. It just might make it harder for. I guess it'll still be possible. It's like I didn't know if it would still be possible to have like the tab there for just hosting from your game. It'll probably work. I might just have to have like a. It'll probably just host under your V2 account name or something like that. Ooh. Ow. Oh, ow. Oh, I hit my head and died on a rock, and then my head hit a sticky bomb. That was painful to watch. I have missile interception system. Oh, just ripped my head off. Dang it. Step 1, get to the flag. Working on that. Jeez. You guys are monsters. Just flying around minding my business, and someone just flies by and punches me in half, rips my head off. Just trying to get a power up. Where are your legs, bro? Someone took them. Here, have a bomb. Oh no, 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 no! Yeah, this is kind of fun. Like I said, I'm surprised I'd never played Epic Happy Thoughts, but I feel like it's fun for like making missiles and things. And going on bombing runs. Whoa. Oof. Okay, well maybe this makes me think maybe I should secure player profiles first, because I'll need to like basically everything that uses the V1 server. I'll just need to like migrate each of those things over to like a V2 equivalent. So what would you guys say is the most probably, I don't know, dangerous thing people can do is like messing with your profiles? Like should I fix that first? So maybe profiles would be the thing, because I feel like deleting someone's profiles might be more annoying than like appearing as them in a high score list. You know what I mean? So that might be a good first target. And thank you guys for making me aware of this. So at this point, I don't need any more info on like how it's possible or anything like that. I mean, I know it's based on just like reverse engineering the hashing I'm doing on the server or something like that, right? But at this point, for me, the fix will be making updated versions of the game that use the V2 server instead of talking to the V1 server for that stuff, since the V1 server is clearly compromised. Yeah, I want to. I mean, my thought. I put in a bunch of time to keep the V1 or to upgrade the V1 server. A year or two ago. So it's now using Python 3, and it's in a state where I can like keep it going pretty much indefinitely, I think. So I don't want to like kill it totally, because there's still a lot of players using like old versions of the game that will never support V2, you know? But they just need to be aware that it's an insecure wild, wild west kind of situation. And yeah, for the players with modern versions of the game, we need to get the heck off of there. Okay. Well, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. Like for me, you know, actually the V1 server is a lot more expensive for me to run than the V2 server, because it's kind of coded more inefficiently and it's doing a whole lot of work that it probably doesn't need to be doing. But at this point, I'm not going to try to fix it. I'm just, you know, moving everything to V2. But it should get cheaper, like as fewer people are using it over time, it should get cheaper for me to run. So it might not, you know, I don't know if I'll have a reason to shut it down anytime soon. Like I said, if there's still people running old versions of the game, like there's some people with Android TVs that they can run like 1.5, but they can't run like 1.7 because it requires, you know, Android 6 or newer, and a lot of those old Android TVs are like Android 5. So in a way, I kind of feel like I should just keep it going as long as I can for people like that. But it does suck that, yeah, it is, you know, never going to be secure at this point. But if it's still around for just like casual people playing on their old Android TV, it's like that's not likely to, you know, at some point the smart people interested in hacking stuff will move on to other targets probably. I mean, I'm really hopeful that V2, I think it's done right to where I don't think it'll be possible to do anything like that. There's always, they always say, like, when you're doing security, like, never invent your own security system, or never invent your own, like, cryptography, or never invent your own, you know, like, always use best practices for security. That is definitely true. Like, the little bits of crappy security I put in there for V1, it's just, like, stuff I made up, and it was clearly not, not enough. Well, I'll probably have to skedaddle after this. We're at the 2-hour mark, so I wouldn't worry about changing the playlist. But this has been fun. Little happy thoughts action. Hardcore happy thoughts. Oops. Oh no! It's like Pixel's head was resting on the landmine, but she moved at the last moment. Almost got a fun kill. Yay, Corpse got the flag for a moment. Yeah, a lot of support features are holding back the game. I would agree. I mean, that's when a huge amount of my time has been, you know, implementing things like feature sets or V2 servers, you know, stuff that's will hopefully let us do new things, but yeah, just keeping support for the old things does kind of suck. I do plan to break support a bit more, like 1.8. I think that's going to be a good excuse to, I think most likely turn off support for joining or for hosting old protocols, which means like if you're hosting a 1.8 server, you won't be able to join with 1.7. But the side effect of that is, you know, you'll have access to things like asset packs and stuff like that. But yeah, it is it is good to get rid of backwards compatibility at some point. So I think this is a good time to finally move everything off of V1. But yeah, I think I'll probably stop what I'm doing, and I think this afternoon I might try to migrate player profiles over to V2, because that was a wonderful demonstration that, yeah, someone could cause some massive damage if someone has like profiles they care about. Oh yeah, there is that too. I saw that a few days ago, but like I said, I was out of town for that funeral, so I haven't been taking too close of a look at that. But I'll take a look at these things. All right. On the last note, what have we been talking about today? What would be a good name for the YouTube episode? We need, you know, some random thing that got mentioned that was funny. Like, yeah, okay, that is kind of that seems like what topic of the day. Or something related to that, yeah. My account got hacked. Or just V1 accounts, like beware of V1 accounts, I don't know. Another physics thing I would maybe tweak is like when you throw bombs, it still kind of throws them upward. I want it to like throw it, you know, upward based on my head. Maybe in like scene V2 that could be tweaked. I don't know. So did I assume like someone figured out the reverse hashing for PB IDs, and then like did someone release that as like a thing, or is it like a small number of elite hackers that have this power? Because yeah, just to I mean, basically to explain what's happening is like everyone has kind of a secret ID, which is kind of what I mean, it's essentially your UUID, you know. A lot of you have seen that in a file when you have like a device account. It just makes a file with a random number in there, a random string. But for other accounts, it gets that string from other places. But basically, all the security in a V1 account is based on a string that hopefully other people don't know. And when with the PB accounts, it's basically the security is hashing that string and doing some magic to it, coming up with another string, and that is your PB ID. So theoretically, it's supposed to be a one-way thing where the server can give you a PB ID, but then you don't know the original ID. But some smarty pants has figured out a way to reverse hash that and come up with your original ID based on your PB ID. So yeah, important life lesson is don't, if you hash something, it is, if people see enough of like, you know, I guess they probably need an example of, you know, like an original ID and a hashed ID. But if people see enough of that, they can figure out what your hashing system is doing, which is super cool. It's very like hacker movie-ish, but yeah, not super cool that someone can delete your account profile or your profiles and things. Or I guess it'll like other stuff too, like playlists and all that. So I'll probably go through and migrate like everything that currently gets stored as your V1 account ID into V2. So starting with, yeah, probably player profiles first, and then can move on to other things like playlists and whatever else. But yeah, this is, it would actually be really good for me to get people to stop using the V1 server at all, because that would save me a lot of money. Like I said, that thing's actually pretty expensive. and it's largely because it's polling based, which means like if you're running the game every 30 seconds, your account like pings the V1 server to see like, hey, what's new? Is there new anything changed in my account? And so that means like everyone playing the game everywhere in the world is pinging that V1 server pretty constantly. With V2, it's like different, where it's like subscription based, where you know, it sets up a subscription where if something changes in your account, essentially my server tells you that it changed. So it's like there's no longer that like once every 30-second polling thing happening. And it's instant. So it's like if your ticket count changed, the server just sends you a message saying like, hey buddy, your ticket count changed. And that's much more efficient than pinging the server every 30 seconds. No. How will V2 accounts connected to V1 be affected? I mean, technically every V2 account is connected to V1. Like a V2 account basically has a V1 account that reflects that V2 account, you know? So like if you have because most stuff is still stored on V1 right now, so anytime you store player profiles or something, it's storing it on the V1 account, which is associated with your V2 account. So that stuff won't go away, it's just it'll get used, that V1 account will get used less and less. Eventually it'll get used basically not at all. So when you store player profiles, that'll get stored on your V2 account. When you store playlists, that'll get stored on your V2 account. And so there will still be a V1 account that's associated with your V2 account. It's just it won't get used for anything, and then at some point it'll be irrelevant. And we could theoretically then turn off the V1 server without breaking anything. Though, like I said, I'll probably keep the V1 server on for people with old versions of the game. They'll just have to respect that it's not secure, and if they want to like play modern tournaments or anything like that, you know, you need to use a version of the game that supports V2 accounts. So I hope that sort of answered your question. So it's not insecure, the fact that there's V1 account associated with your V2 account. It's mainly just we need things to talk to the V2 server and not the V1 server. But just having that account there is not... By hacking someone's V1 account, you can't access their V2 stuff. So it's not, there's no danger there. It just means you're impersonating their V1 account, but you're not impersonating their V2 account, if that makes sense. But you should still, if you have any pop-ups or warnings saying that like you have linked V1 accounts, you should still definitely get rid of those, because that will cause problems. The problems that causes is more like if your ticket count changes, it might not show up on your, you know, on your V2 account, stuff like that, because it'll show up on some other V2 account. So there's certain situations like that where if you see a warning about like please unlink these things, like please heed that warning, just because you might hit bugs and stuff otherwise. But other than that, there should be no danger in having a V1 account that is, you know, associated with your V2. That's on me to get everything using V2 stuff. And then just update, you know, try to stay updated if you can to the latest 1.7.3. It's still 1.7.3.7. It's still like I still haven't officially like finished that version. I'm trying to find a good like stopping point. Maybe the security stuff, maybe that'll be it. API 4 mods. Yeah, if you're like any old mods like that, yeah, you'll just need a V1 account, which can be either your device account or whatever. So yeah, they'll use device name or whatever. Yeah, it'll just be like that old style account that just says like, you know, device, but whatever, Android, whatever, and has the little device icon by it. But just, yeah, be aware that somebody can steal that account if they have your PB ID, which is pretty easy to come across if you're looking at, you know, high score lists and things. Oh, the codec. Oh, I didn't realize that. So I should maybe fix that. So the code expired. Do the codes always expire in a given time? I should check that out, because I would want the code to stay working as long as the server is up. So this code doesn't work anymore? Interesting. Okay, I should... I'm going to make myself a note to fix that. Because that doesn't seem good. Hold on a second. Where's my notes? Fix private party. Okay, note made. Hopefully I will notice it. Yeah, I'm curious if that was a design oversight or if that's a bug. Now I'm wondering if there's... Is there a hack... Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there a way in Python we could get the IP address of the server? We could, you know, there's... Not that it matters now. I mean, I have to go as soon as we're done here, but... I'm wondering if there's some way that we could theoretically have other people connect to this. Oh yeah, please do, and I'll try to respond, but if I don't, oh yeah, is that stuff still? Oh yeah, I guess add to favorites. So I guess before you join, you could add to favorites, right? But yeah, message me with the mod stuff, and then if you could remind me before the next coffee with Eric, like a day or two before. So in like 2 weeks minus 2 days, just to make sure I'm ready to go. So that would be great. And then we can message people that we're planning to try that out, so anyone who wants to join can get it set up. So yeah, looking forward to it. And then Coffee with Eric is just every other Wednesday generally, so it'll probably be 2 weeks from now. I have one trip coming up in the middle of March, so I'll have to see when that is. If anything, I'll have to either delay or something, or have it on like a Friday instead of a Wednesday. But I'll try to post that early. Would you ever try fasting on coffee? You mean like fasting and only having coffee, or like not having coffee? I could maybe do the first. Hot potato server? Yeah, I wouldn't mind hot potato server. We could do just a few different servers that day. I have done like intermittent fasting sometimes. It'd be interesting to do that again. No. Well-placed landmine. Default. Yeah, I'd have to check. Probably. There are a lot of purple spazzes around, so that might be the default color. Though I kind of feel like it should just be random. So I haven't touched that code in a while. It would seem like for a free-for-all game, if nobody changes anything, you'd kind of want everyone to be different colors. So yeah, I'm wondering why it is everyone's purple. Maybe I just assumed that people would change it. Yeah, it's not... I do find like that's been something I've sort of learned over the years is a lot of people don't customize things. So it does matter what the defaults are. Missile head punch. Yeah, it would be fun to have a level like this where, yeah, just kind of like, where somehow you did like bombing runs or just trying to like accurately throw a bomb through a hole or something, you know, just something like that. Or like some sort of sport or something. You know, each team could have a little like goal at the end, and you're just like trying to throw something through there. What's going on? Oh dear. But yeah, on that random stuff, if anyone wants to take a look at that, I mean, that's certainly in the public source code, like the default color. Or at least I think it would be, unless that's on my server, but I wouldn't think. Yeah, I am. I probably should try more mods, but yeah, I don't. It's like I want to support them, but in my day-to-day, I usually don't have mods installed just because I want to be working with the vanilla version of the game and take out any other factors that would change things. Which is maybe a downside. Like, there'd probably be upsides if I were working with mods, just to like see how people are making stuff and be able to adapt to that. So at least like I do appreciate when you like at least show me mods here, or we play with them sometimes on servers. Ah. Bedata on Mac again it's in like application support files somewhere or other. I mean, the quickest way, if you ever want to see, is just do like import babase dot file, and there. So yeah, users Eric F library developer Xcode. Oh well, this actually in this case. This is a custom build of the game, which would be in like my Xcode builds directory. But for the standard vanilla build, that will show you where it is, which is in the apps sandbox directory somewhere. Oh my gosh, I'm not paying. I was gonna end once we get to the end of this round, but it keeps going. Oh yeah, sorry. It's contents resources. My bad. I was thinking of like preferences and things like that. But yeah, But data is, yeah, contents resources right under the top level app. Whoa. Once again, speedy mode.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Thought I could pull out of that, but the flag like prevented me from rotating. Oof. Oh no. No. No! Whoa, good launch. Chance to increase game tick rate. Well, yeah, you can change. Well, the game FPS is variable now. Actually, speeding up gameplay is possible in some cases, though I think it's disabled by default. Good job, Reka. Will there ever be friendly bots? Maybe. There would have to be limitations there. All right, I'm gonna hop out. Yeah, friendly bots, they would have to be coded like per minigame type, and making them so they'd be able to handle like any maps. Like that would be tricky, but there's always a possibility. So, but yeah, and for like specific circumstances, you could certainly make them. I mean, it wouldn't be too hard to code a bot that treats a human as an ally or whatever. The way they kind of treat each other. I mean, they don't really treat each other as allies. They just kind of ignore each other. So you could have a bot that is like going after other particular bots, but ignoring you. So yeah, friendly bots are possible. All right. Well, that was fun. Game, why are you taking forever shutting down? Oh, cool. So yeah, good times. I do like Happy Thoughts and Epic Mode. It's kind of fun. I do want to think of like other games that would be fun in the context of Happy Mode or Happy Thoughts mode. Well, anyway, we've run over time, so I got to get going. So yeah, let's play some mods. So if anyone else wants to message me, let's have a little mod party timer. Next Coffee with Eric. Like I said, I'll message. Hopefully I'm around in 2 weeks. I do have a trip at some point coming up in the next few weeks, so I'll message if we need to put it in a different time of the day or whatever, or a different time of the week. But yeah, hot potato would be fun too. So yeah, all mods. Well, anyway, folks, thanks for playing. Thanks for joining. And it's been fun. And I will see all of you folks in the next episode. So peace out.